What's up, ladies, gents, and everyone in between? I hope all of you are watching that on Spotify and YouTube. For those that aren't, you're missing out. Anyway, I'm Grandpa on this screen. That's Michelle Zangulis on the other. Say what's popping off in Michelle.
With Papa Lop and Michelle.
Oh, we're actually, yeah, we're having an episode, I think, on time. We're kind of switching things to Monday now. So thank you all for bearing with us. But anyway, I'm Graham. That's Michelle. We'll talk about a few things here and there, running related and life related, and whatever else comes out of our mouths. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. The Tough Runs Don't Last podcast is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your reward will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. You can find us, the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok at TR Don't Last.
Tip tap.
Uh, yeah, there's a cat dominating your screen right now, so that's mildly distracting. And just like that, he's gone. That's Furbo for those of you wondering. Okay, we or I've had a race since we last had an episode.
Yes.
Was my 52nd official half marathon. I did that New Year's Day and did it just under 2 hours. And just I did what I wanted to do. I went out there. I wanted to have an easy sub two. Was pretty much that, and it wasn't it wasn't too cold. Um, which it ended up being, I think, in the high 60s or 70s that same day.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this was Thursday, so it wasn't that long ago. Here we are Monday, so 4 days ago or whatever the math is there. Um, but yeah, went out, had an easy sub two. Nice run to start the year. I did a 5 mile run on the treadmill at work on New Year's Eve. You were under the weather. You're
Hmm.
just now kind of getting over things, but you and I were planning to hang out that evening. Then that happened, or you were sick, and so I decided to stay away. And I was like, well, I got to race the next day anyway, so I ran after work. That was my last run of 2025, a 5 mile run. And then my first run came New Year's Day that morning, 13.1 mile run, just under 2 hours. So off to a pretty decent start for 2026.
Yeah.
Um, 2025, you and I both had an interesting 2025, especially running related. I think for both of us,
Yeah.
you did something I don't think you anticipated ever doing. And how was the experience for you? Tell everyone about it a little bit, just a brief synopsis there and your thoughts on it.
Oh, sorry. I am still under the weather and will cough randomly. So,
Was that a cough? I thought it was a sneeze.
no, it was a cough.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I joined a run club and participated in the Arkansas Grand Prix for the first time. For me, running is not something that I enjoy doing. I've talked about that many times before on here. Um, it's just something that I do randomly. I always have done random 5Ks and things like that. So last year was the first year that I ran semi regularly um in since high school, honestly. And that was maybe once a month, if that even. There were many months that I didn't even run at all. So it was something that I'm glad I did it. I tried it. Um, I ran races I've never run before. I went to places that I hadn't been before, but I am happy to report that I will not be participating in the 2026 Arkansas Grand Prix.
Are you sure on that?
Yeah.
All right, never say never, but I don't know. We'll see.
It,
Certainly with me, at least.
yeah.
What was your favorite of the ones that you did? You talked about going places you'd never seen before, etc., which is a good thing about doing really any race series. Like the Natural State Running Series introduced me origin to races I would have never done otherwise. Same with the Grand Prix. Um, Same ordeal. Which of those was your favorite that you participated
Um, I really enjoyed the Hope Watermelon 5K. It was hot and muggy, but I feel like that's a good race. And I liked that, they had like the Watermelon Festival going on at the same time that was after. Um, I felt like it was a good course. I liked the shirt a lot. You
It was
get
a nice shirt this year.
you
Very
get
nice.
watermelon after. Um, so I think that that was probably my favorite of places that I hadn't been before. But if I have to talk about like overall like race from start to finish, like sign up, pre-race, the race itself, after, I think Spring Fling wins that hands down. It's a very organized race. The awards always go off without a hitch. There's a lot of people like cheering you on. They have crowd control or traffic control under like control the whole time, even though you're driving through neighborhoods, or you're running through neighborhoods, sorry. I think it's a very well done race, but this year was not 2025 wasn't the first time I had done that one. I did that in 2024 as well.
I was going to ask you what you liked about the Hope one. Not that I dislike it. I like the race just fine. What I don't like, all the things you said. You get watermelon after. Uh, I think it's well done for the most part. The car show after is, or during and at, well, I guess it's the car show that's right next to it is pretty cool. I like that you and I went over and checked that out this year. My only gripe is it's also a state championship race for like cross country kids in high school. So you get a lot of younger people doing it, which is fine. But the problem is some of these same kids have their friends come running it too. And it's just kids. And,
Yeah.
kids don't know runner etiquette. And okay, that's fine too. I can work around that. But the 2 years I did it last year, by last year, I mean 2024. So the year before last at this point, because here we are, January 5th, 2026. 20 yards into the race, my first time doing that race, a girl just stopped right in the middle of the crowd and bent down to tie her shoe, like right in the middle of the herd, right? This year was, and I even told a couple people that hadn't done this race before. I was like, expect something like that to happen because this happened last year because it's a bunch of kids, so you don't know what's going to happen. And it was even worse this past year because some boy, just decided he was going to turn around and run back for whatever reason. I don't know if he dropped something or was trying to find a friend. I don't know. But he was running against the herd, and we were maybe 10 yards into the race, if that. And like people were yelling at the kid, which the kid deserved. I don't think anybody got trampled, but it's like, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's my only real gripe about that race. Other than that, it is well done.
I don't
Spring,
really experience that though, because I'm at the back. So
yeah. Well, if you're anywhere near the front, you dealt with that like we did.
yeah.
So that's always an annoying thing that comes out of the Hope race, which yeah. But other than that, it's a well done race. Uh, this past year was my busiest in running ever. 2024, I said it's not going to get any busier than this. There's no way. And then I turn around, I do 18 of the 21 Grand Prix races, and plus the Natural State Running Series. Like did 10 of them. Did all you have 2 years to do 8, and I did 10 of them in the first year. Number 11 will be at the end of the month because they added the Papa Loco race to the series. So yeah, I'll have extra credit for sure. But yeah, it was this past year was my busiest in running I've ever had, and I don't plan to duplicate that again. But I don't know. We'll see. This is starting to become the norm. So I don't know what's good. I keep saying I'm going to take a step back, and then I just find ways to get out there and go run. I'm done saying that I'm gonna. I now I just have goals. I'm just making goals for myself long term, and the difference in say this year, how I'm planning to approach this year as opposed to last year, and even the year prior to that, I'm going to enjoy it more. I want to, especially the Grand Prix. I'm just going to go enjoy it. Like I'm not necessarily. I'm going to go run. I mean, I'm going to run hard, but I don't plan to be and just. I'm not going to be doing 4 runs a week and prep for it. I'll try to get 3. Some weeks I'll be able to do that, and probably even most weeks. But there's going to be some weeks I can't, and that's fine. And I'm just going to go do what I can on race day and be fine with the result. I don't really care at this point. I want to make sure I enjoy it still. And if my times aren't as good as a result of that, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'll go give what I have, and plan is to just enjoy it more. That's one thing. If there's a resolution in regards to running or anything like that, I just want to make sure I enjoy it more. Even my training runs have not been as difficult. Like really since Three Bridges, I've really kind of scaled it back to. Although today it was probably 8:40 or so a mile, but I was outside. That was my first outdoor run in a little while. On the treadmill, I've just kind of been sticking at like a 9-minute pace, and just for 5 miles. And I don't know. I just want to enjoy it more. Just um, that's really my resolution. Just enjoy it more and enjoy it more.
Yeah,
But
I
I'll
think that's a
just
good
yeah,
resolution.
I think so. But it's not my main focus going into this year, nor should it be. Um, yeah, I just want to have more fun with it. I don't think I had enough fun with it this past year. Um, I enjoyed pacing way more than I enjoyed the racing part of it, and I was like, I need to find some balance here. And so I'm just yeah, I'm making it a point to have more
Yeah. I
fun. Even
think
today, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that's a good way of putting it because you're gonna get burnt out, and that's what happened to you, is you were getting burned out on running and you enjoy running. And so that's not something, and I'm sure a lot of runners experience that either when they're training for something big or just something in general is burnout. And so you do have to take a step back and you have to find out like why you started doing it in the first place and having fun with it.
It just depends on what your goals are. My goals were different a year ago. I wanted to be as fast as I could. So I mean, there was a reason I was that way, but I wasn't necessarily enjoying it either. And I knew after certainly after Three Bridges, my last like race of the year of 2025, I I just sat back and said, okay, what needs to change if I want to continue to do this? And I was like, I don't want to be this gung ho about it. I need to have more fun with it as opposed to just going balls to the wall. And it's not necessarily race day itself, um, even though it can be at times leading up to it. It's the prep before that. It's just the constant. Okay, I'm like all of last year. I'm tired. No, I still need to go run. I still want to be this fast. So I need to go run, even though really I need some sleep or rest. I put my shoes on 90% of the time and I went out and I ran anyway. I'm not going to do that this year. This year, it's if I'm that tired, I'm taking a break. I'm not going that day. I also just have different priorities this year, so it's not going to be, not that it was my main focus, but it wasn't ever my main focus running, but it was a major focus, and it just isn't going to be as major. Now, if I do something, I'm going to do it to the, the best I can for, the most part. But yeah, it's, I'm gonna have more fun. I'm making it a point to do that. That's what I'm gonna do. As far
Plan.
as running goes.
Good plan.
I think so. FERPA is back on the screen.
Yeah,
Um, okay, did you just get bit?
yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. FERPA making his mark on the show yet again. Um, is there, you said you're not doing the Grand Prix, but you
Correct.
had mentioned possibly doing something, Little Rock, etc. Is there something that you would be open to trying run related that would be different that you've maybe never done before?
Um, I don't know. I don't think so right now. Um, just because I'm overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed how? Because you've just had some time off, like quite a bit of time off.
Yeah.
So is it now it's law school. You are in law school. So is
Hmm.
that what we're referring to?
Law school, work, camper renovation, quilt project, all of the above.
So the random hobbies are what got you overwhelmed.
Yeah. I mean, it's right now it's a good overwhelm. But I feel like if I add something else to the mix, then I'm gonna get bad overwhelmed.
Okay, fair enough. I guess. I more so think of like I don't know that I would ever see you on a trail run because I think you would easily hurt yourself.
Oh, I'd break both ankles.
Yeah, probably, and probably something else.
Yeah.
This is because you would you like to? I don't know if you told the story before. Would you like to tell the story about how you broke your ankle getting off a bus at work?
I mean, that's the story. I stepped off of the stairs of a bus and rolled my ankle. Um, I
And it
have,
broke.
yeah, every time I've broken my foot or my ankle, it has been from walking. It has not been from running or anything. It has been, I'm walking down this stair ankle. I stepped off of a, um, like a ledge, a fireplace ledge, broke my foot and my ankle. Stepped off of a bus, broke my foot. The first time I broke my foot, I was just walking. There was nothing. My foot was like, we're gonna break today. Um, yeah, so every time I break something, it is not from what people would expect it to be from.
Which is amazing, like,
Yeah.
if you think about it. So you doing a trail run is would be just completely out of the question because anyone that's done a trail run um, knows that it's a different type of thing on your feet. And it's your ankles. You go all over the place. And you have to pay attention to every step you take. I really like trail running, and I'm not deviating from what I've said in the past, where I said I want to do more trail runs. I do, but I'm not really going to be able to do that really in the next couple of years. I think there is one in particular I do want to do this year. I want to go back to Scorch and Squirrel and do another 20 miles. I think I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to do it, but I think I want to give that race another go. That's the hardest race I've ever done, and here I am just saying I want to do it again. Um, the Back 40 Trail Race in Bella Vista is another good one that I would be open to doing again. I like trail. I like trail runs. I don't know that I want to do cat smacker again or the kitty portion of it, which is what I did. Just I don't know, maybe not. It's kind of a been there, done it thing. But then again, maybe I might. That'll be in around mid May. I may say I want to do it again, but at the same time, probably going to be studying for a final then. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But as far as goals, I already said what those goals were on the last episode, didn't I?
I believe so. Yes.
My running goals were. So, um, for those that don't know, it was I want to do 12 Grand Prix races this year, which looking at the calendar, I think I'll end up doing 13. But I want to do 12 Grand Prix races. I want to do 12 half marathons, 3 marathons, and the Scorch and Squirrel 20 miler. That's my goal for those are my running goals for 2026. So I'll be off to a good start. I've already got one half marathon done. I did that New Year's Day. And the next marathon, I should have all the marathons done by mid-April because Papa Loco's around the corner. It's January 24th. That's going to be a big weekend of running. That's really kind of the first big weekend of running for at least this part of the state. There's the time travel half marathon that same morning in North Little Rock, I believe. And there's that going on. There's then the Papa Loco Marathon half marathon. It's the last year of it. This is the last year for this event. It was added as a natural state running series race to help participants get their 8 races in. Considering this is year 2 of that 2-year time span that you do have to complete that series. This is the last year of that, and it is the last year, is my understanding, of the natural state running series itself as well. So there's that, and then the following, I'm pacing the 5-hour group for that race, by the way. And then the following day is the 1-hour track run, the first Grand Prix race of the season at Russellville High School, and that's a Sunday race. It's an afternoon race. The rules are a little different this year. They moved the elites. They at first, like in years past, they did it. The slower runners would do the first hour run, and then the elite runners, if you want to call them that, would go after that. And I'm signed up for that one as well. I did register for that, so I will be running a marathon that Sunday, that Saturday, the 24th, and then the next day, the following afternoon, I'll be doing a 1-hour track run in Russellville, which will probably equate to, if things go well, if my body holds up, should be about 7.5 miles or so, I think. That's the plan. So that'll be a good weekend of running for me. Your thoughts, Michelle?
I really don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any. I was thinking about who wants to run in a circle for an hour. And then I was like, there's a lot of people that do it. A lot of people. So there's that. And then I was also thinking about a running goal that you should have. Not necessarily this year, but maybe this year, because you were questioning it before. And that was to do that sunset endurance run, which
Okay.
is running in a circle for a lot of hours.
It's a mile circle at least.
It is.
I'm not doing a 20. I don't think I'm doing a 24-hour run though. My
They
buddy
have a
David,
shorter one.
they do, but I mean, my buddy David ran 100 miles there in November, and it was cold.
It was
And
raining this year too.
was cold. It was rainy. The weather was nasty, and it was
Yeah.
nasty the whole time. Cold, rainy, and like not real rainy, but enough enough to be uncomfortable, especially if you're out there for 24 hours. And again, it was cold, but he did it. He ran 100 miles. I think he was the co-winner of that event. It was just over 100 miles, which I just can't wrap my mind around doing that. Like the Beast Pacing founder, Vanessa Klein, she's done quite a number of 100-mile races, and I think I saw she even had a post on Facebook or Instagram or something saying getting that itch again, talking about doing a 100-mile race, and it's just that's a different level of I don't know. I'm usually I'm good after 26.2. I'm tired after that. Now I've done a marathon before and felt fine after, but usually the weather's been good. I've been in I was in pretty good shape. I'm in decent shape now, but my last marathon, Three Bridges, it was cold. It was uh, cold, and I was not feeling it. That was not a good day for a race. It was yeah, it was too cold. My foot hurt. Everything about that race. I'm not gonna say nothing went well, but because some things did go well. My stomach held up for one. I was pleased with that. But yeah, basically my favorite part of that race was when it ended. Just because it was not a good day to go do that, and um, yeah, it was not my favorite marathon, but we got out there, we got it done, and I don't know what's going to happen with Loco. Now, Loco is that's different. It's Do you know anything about the bike trail in Conway?
No.
So it's runs through Conway. Now this race will start right off of Prince Street, kind of near where the nicer Kroger is in Conway. Um, but it starts there, and for the half marathon, you do 5 down and backs. There's a certain turnaround, and you come back and you do that 5 times for the half marathon. I've only done the half there. I've done the half there several times, but this will be my first year doing the marathon. And so, of course, it's 10 down and backs, 10 times. Now, that's going to be repetitive and annoying because of how repetitive it is. The good thing about, and there are pros and cons with that because I've run a half marathon on a track before. Yeah, you made the face. Most people feel that way. Uh, Going back to like the sunset, like my buddy David running 100 miles on a 1 mile loop, so he did that 100 times. There are pros and cons to that. Now, the obvious con is just the constant repetition of things you're seeing. When I go down now, I'm pacing, so I'm not racing or anything. So I really just got to keep my mind occupied for 5 hours, and which I think I can do. I've done that plenty of times. Shouldn't be a problem for me. But after that first lap, that'll be in my head like I got to do that 9 more times.
Yep.
And uh, I say that I've done that before. I've done that exact thing before. Now that I had a repressed memory just come back to life. Okay, so when COVID happened, right? Everybody remembers COVID, how that was. The Hog Eye Marathon, I was already signed up for it, and they said we obviously can't have because everything shut down in March in our part of the world. Like a week after the Little Rock Marathon, everything shut down. And Hog Eye was 6 weeks from the Little Rock Marathon. So you're talking 5 weeks into COVID, right when it happened, when everything shut down. So they're obviously not having the race. But they said if you can run it virtually, and if you can send us proof of that, we'll send you your medal and your shirt and all that. So I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. Also, because I think they were giving Natural State Running Series credit for it too, because that obviously threw a monkey wrench into that. So I went out and I went to this course because I knew, okay, if I do this 10 times, I'll get my marathon in. I decided to go do it that day, some random Saturday. And I went out kind of in the morning. I think I actually ended up running around noon or so, but it was late March, maybe early April. I can't recall which. Maybe around April. I don't know. But yeah, I did that course, or I did that same course 10 times. And I remember I was kind of over it at the end, but I came in under 5 hours and finished. And I think I drank a beer in the car after and just had a nice little toast to myself and then headed back home after that. So I have done it before and no one was out there except just random, pedestrians from time to time. And I was thinking, like, some of these people that are out here, I should be thinking, how long has this guy been out here running like that? And yeah, I ran 26.2 miles on a random Saturday out there. Yeah, I guess I'll technically be doing that in what almost 3 weeks. So, but it'll be an interesting year of running that I'm looking forward to. And I am genuinely looking forward to it because it's going to be my approach is going to be more laid back. It's not a top priority for me. So I'm going to go have fun with it, but I'm going to make sure I'm in good enough shape to do my job as like a pacer, etc. And not just embarrass myself out there,
Probably.
at the Grand
Yeah.
Prix, etc. I think so.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some life stuff because I don't know what else we can really add that we haven't said already. I had my 5 mile run today. I'll do another run Wednesday and probably Thursday and then call it a week. Um, yeah, I don't have a race for a couple of weekends. You started one of my favorite television shows
Yep.
and something I don't, you kind of showed just no interest in wanting to watch this show. And I
Right.
think I sold you enough on it to where you did give it a shot.
Hmm.
And tell us your experience with that.
Yeah. So I started watching The Boys on Amazon Prime. And I would like to point out that I was not interested because the clips that you had sent me were just the worst clips. I think they were ones that made you laugh,
They were awesome clips. They
but
weren't the worst.
they didn't make me want to watch the show. And we're not going to tell anybody what they are. Just know that the show has some inappropriate things. There's drugs and nudity and all kinds of things in this show. It is rated mature. Um, so
It's NC-17, I believe, is the actual rating.
like it's got different things going on, okay?
Right up
Uh,
my alley for
and
people that know me.
but I do like some superhero things. Like I really liked the show Supergirl. And so it was one of
You
those
really?
things. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that about you.
So, I said that I would try the first episode. And
Hang on. What were your initial thoughts? We got about 5 minutes. What were your initial thoughts going into it? Like, I bet you didn't think you were going to like it. I bet you
oh,
thought you were going to
absolutely.
be done after an episode.
Yeah, I did not think I would like it. I did not think that it would be something that I thought that it was not going to be my kind of humor based on the clips that I had seen, um, and things like that. And I was just like, that's not something that I want to watch, based on the few things that I knew about it. Fast forward to today, and I'm on season 3. I started it on like Thursday of last week.
Oh yeah.
So I watched the first 2 seasons maybe it was Wednesday of last. It was when I got sick the first. I don't remember, honestly. It has not been long. I
No, it
watched
hasn't.
the first two seasons in like 2.5 days. And
Which is impressive because we're not talking like The Bear or it's Florida Man where it's 20, 30-minute episodes. We're talking at least an hour
yeah,
per episode.
some of them are
And
an
there's
hour and a half.
and I know season 3 was 8 episodes.
All of them have been 8 episodes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're talking
I
at
mean,
least 8
it's
hours.
at least 16 to 18 hours of television
Television.
show that I've binged. I'm halfway through episode 1 of season 3. I had to pause to come on here.
All right. So you're a fan, is what I'm hearing.
I do like it.
It's
But
an awesome show. Like
yeah.
let's not downplay it. It's a badass show. I love it. It's right up my alley. It's there's superhero stuff. There's superpowers there, and it's familiar to like the characters we all know. It's just their version of it. Homelander's obviously Superman. A Train is Flash. Deep is Aquaman. It all translates, right? Maeve is Wonder Woman. But it's got great fights, it's got great writing, it's got crudeness, and it's got everything. It's got it's got it all. All the things you like in storytelling. Um, Shock factor, but in a good way. Like it ties to the story.
Yeah,
Love everything about it.
that's kind of the thing, and I think kind of how it gets you is I won't say like the episodes end on cliffhangers because that's not really how it works, but the episodes leave you wanting more. It like answers just enough of the questions from like the previous episode and then asks 10 more. And you're like, but wait, what? Which is how it was so easy to binge. And then the like season finales end with like a revelation that you were like, what? And so then you want to start the next episode.
Yeah. Well, yeah, season 3, I just finished season 3. It You did have some closure, but you couldn't wait to see what happened next also. Like things happened to where you're like, okay, I can't wait to see where this goes kind of thing. They're on their 5th and final season. I believe it's already out now. We'll get out of here on this. Who's your favorite character so far?
I'm a Starlight fan.
Okay. I like Starlight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Butcher. Yeah, he's probably my favorite. I like his use of the C word and his accent and just his overall badassery. It's just fun. And the accent's pretty cool too. Um but yeah, in fact, I'm gonna try to watch an episode tonight, but we're out of time, so see y'all next time. I'm Graham, that's Michelle. Deuces y'all.
See ya.